What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on this video we'll be doing this function here. We'll try to find the indefinite integral of this function. If you think you can able to solve this problem, you can pause this video and let's see if your answer is going to be the same as the answer that we have at the end of this video. Now if you are watching this video on this channel for the first time, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to press the notification bell there so that whenever I upload any new video you can be notified. Guys, if you want to watch the previous videos, you can go to the playlist section where I've done videos on other chapters as well. Alright, let's solve this one here. In order for us to integrate this or to find the integral of this function, we need to simplify here. So when we simplify, guys, we keep the sigma and dx. So this s here, which is our sigma, unfortunately we have to keep it. Now let's start with this. We can change this sec and find its inverse. So what is an inverse of sec? It's going to be 1 over cos x. Remember guys, if you're not so sure about inverses, I made a video here explaining about inverses, just in case you want to learn more about inverses of the trigonometric ratio that we have. Alright, let's continue. Now what about this one here? The following trigonometric ratio here, this is a double angle identity for sine. So again, you have to change this into the double angle identity of sine. So it's going to be 2 sine x multiplied by cos x. All this is divided by 1. Let me just draw the right line here. Divided by 1. Right. Again guys, if it so happen that you don't know how to change all these double angle identities came about, there's a video here that will pop up there. Go and watch that video there. I'm explaining the double angle identities here. Right, let's continue. Now let's look at the denominator. This was the numerator, by the way. Right, now this one here, we have to change the double angle identity here for cos. So the best way is to use this one, 1 minus 2 sine squared x. Right, then from here, this one here, guys, this one here, 1 plus cot squared x. This is a square identity. I did wrote about it earlier on. It's cosec square x plus cot minus cot x is equal to 1. So if you take cot to the other side, you're gonna have cosec squared x 1, and cot changes the sign there, and I have cot squared x. So wherever you see 1 plus cot squared x, you can substitute with cosec squared x. So let's do it. Fortunately, we need to increase this line here. Cosec squared x. Alright guys, I hope you can see this, because it can be a bit challenging. Then all this under one bracket dx. Now let's continue. Right, when you look at the numerator there, we have 1 over cos multiplied by 2 sine cos over 1. This cos and that cos, they're going to divide each other, so you're going to be left with only 2 sine on the numerator there. So we can write 2 sine x. On the denominator, we have to simplify this. If we, remember we have 1 here, if we multiply by negative here, we're going to have negative 1, and it's going to be plus 2 sine squared x. And let's continue here. There we go. And then this one, we already simplified it. Just gonna leave it like this for now. There we go. This is cos x squared x. So this is multiplied by dx. Alright, so we're gonna need more space. I'm gonna create more space here. I'm gonna write it here. So we're gonna continue this side here. Alright, on the numerator we continue. We're gonna write 2 sine x. And then here, when you look at the denominator here, the first bracket, we have 1 minus 1. That will give us 0. And then on the first bracket, we're going to be left with positive 2 sine squared x. Right. And then this one here, we have cos x squared x. Now we can use the inverses here. What is an inverse of cosec? Remember cosec? The inverse of cosec x is the same as 1 over sine x. So instead of writing cosec squared, you can write 1 over sine x squared. Right. 1 over sine squared x. Alright, so this is the inverse of cosec. Again, there is a video here explaining the inverses just in case you did not understand. Right, now we can say, remember this is divided by 1 here, you can say sine squared x divided by sine squared x, you're left with 1 multiplied by 2, so it's 2. So what you're left with here is going to be 2 sine x divided by only these 2 here, guys, dx. But these 2 and that 2, they divide each other. The only thing that you're left with here is going to be sine x dx. Guys, I hope you managed to see how we get to this point. And from here, it's time for us to find the integral of sine x. So the formula here is very simple. Sine x and x dx, the integral is going to be y is equal to negative cos x divided by n plus c. Remember, c represents the indefinite integral, and also c stands for constant, guys. So when we write our integral here, that's going to give us negative cos x. Remember, our coefficient is 1, so we're going to divide by 1. It's going to be negative cos x plus c. So this here, guys, the final answer of this function here. I hope you managed to understand how we managed to do this one. Just in case there's something that you missed here, you can rewatch the video and try to figure out where you missed the problem here. If you have anything to comment about, you can comment, guys. And also, if this video managed to help you to understand, you can like the video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so that whenever I upload, you can be able to be notified. Alright, guys, at the end of this video, there will be a playlist that's going to appear on this screen. If you want to watch other trigonometric functions where I integrate, click on that playlist that appears on the screen. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Till next time, cheers.